2023, 49.5% of sales in real estate were from a Hispanic household. I love my community. Imagine you come together, educated under the same umbrella, and imagine if everyone's idea can flourish.
Tell me what NAHREP is. What do you guys do?
The National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. They've been around for 25 years, over 100 chapters, 40,000.
So with Pat Lopez, where we talk everything real estate. Today, my guest is Jose Correa from KW and the Jose Correa team. Welcome.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat, for having me here. I gladly appreciate the invitation, and I'm so honored to be here. I know this is a great show that you do, and you put a lot of good work out here. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I always start off my shows by asking, how did you get started in real estate? So tell me your story.
Got in real estate by mistake.
By mistake.
A good friend of mine who had this whole idea. He had the idea, I didn't. He said, let's do real estate. I said, no, there's no way I'm doing real estate. But then he saw me, the bigger picture. And unfortunately, the plan, like always in real estate, goes out the window. So he's no longer in the industry. And I stayed.
And you're in it.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. So I see that you have a team. So what does your team look like? How many people do you have? And why did you start a team?
So in average, we have 4 people,
Okay.
Transactional coordinators, some marketing, and a marketing department, and also a virtual admin at the moment. I started the team because my business started to grow.
Right.
But I was a dual career agent. So I didn't want to tell people no.
Right.
Right. So I was like, I want people to still be serviced while I was still trying to figure out if I wanted to be in real estate or not. And that's how my team came alive. And then I left corporate America to become a full-time agent. But then I went into Keller Williams leadership. So I was a team leader, assistant team leader. While I was doing that, I needed someone to run my business.
Right.
So that's what the team came about.
Right. And then I saw that you are military pro/ambassador. So, where did that come from?
So in Keller Williams, we had different communities. And Keller Williams military is one of those. I'm prior military.
Okay.
I served in the Army. I'm an Army veteran. So when it came up alive, they were looking for people to, they have certain backgrounds in leadership and things like that. Most importantly, that understood military life. Because Keller Williams military focuses not only on how we can help families become homeowners, but also how we transition and help people transition from a military life to a civilian life in work. It's totally different. So through management, you do got to do some type of production, coaching, classes that you
Classes,
have
training, right.
Keller Williams. So that's how it came about. So I became one of the ambassadors for the tri-state area.
Okay, great. Okay, and then I also saw productivity coach. So you do some mentoring, training when it comes to that as well? Yeah,
so when I was in team leader, doing some of the recruitment, talent acquisition, that's what I like to call it. I figured out that I love coaching more than I do attracting talent.
Right.
And so Keller Williams has a great program, productivity coaching. We have calls, we have mentors, and yes, it is. We help all new agents who come into the industry. When I mean new, it's new to Keller Williams.
Right.
Sometimes they come from another brokerage, but they need a little bit of help. So we work with them to a certain point in their career, so they can learn everything from speaking to a client to writing contracts, open houses, everything like that. So that's what I currently do.
Okay. And then you deal, in your book of business, you deal with buyers and sellers?
Yes, buyers, sellers, investors, a lot of relocations through the military.
Okay, right. That's right. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay. So so if anybody's looking to buy or sell, they can reach out to you, right?
Oh, yes. Me and the team, we're ready. Here to help.
You're not going to say no.
No.
That's what you do. Okay, great. So I wanted to know your story, your background, but I really wanted to know about NAHREP, okay? What that is, and it was unbelievable with Philadelphia having such a large Hispanic population, how it didn't exist until several months ago. So tell me that journey. Tell me what NAHREP is. What is the mission? What do you guys do? So go ahead. I'm going to turn it over.
Yeah, no, thank you. So yes, NAHREP is something new in Philadelphia. It did exist in the past for a blink.
Okay.
Like sometimes things work, sometimes things don't work, right? But it's okay, right? With the failure comes the learning.
Right.
So they tried this chapter many years ago, and for whatever reason, it didn't flourish. The idea came back around again to have a NAHREP chapter. I was approached by my vice president, Silvana, amazing girl, amazing woman, and she said, "Listen, we're gonna do a NAHREP chapter." So I said, "Oh, great! I love the idea." Thinking I was just gonna help.
Right.
You know, like, listen, okay, what do I do? And then finally she said, "We're gonna nominate you for president." I said, "Hold on, I thought we was just getting started." How we got to this point, but she didn't really have to sell it to me because I'm very embodied into my culture.
Right.
I love my culture. I love my community. So then they say NAHREP is coming, and I said, NAHREP, okay. So National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, let's build this team. I said, okay, let's build it. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
Right.
But what I know is I was going to give it my 100%. We've been working at it for a year. We recently, about a month and a half, became an actual chapter.
So let me understand this. So it took you a year to get it up on the ground. Like, what were some of the things you had to do in that year?
I mean, one thing that it's kind of like a love-hate relationship with National, right? Because I love the fact that they're so structured and they know what they're doing. I mean, they've been around for 25 years, over 100 chapters, 40,000 members. So they give you these guidelines. And now we got to make it work, right? We got to put a board of directors together, right? And like everything, you would like to put your friends, but you know, if you put your friends, you're not going to get no work done.
Right.
So then we work that out. Then you have to get a certain amount of money in sponsorships, right, for reserves. Then you got to get certain amount of memberships before they even consider you to be a chapter. And the thing is not accomplishing it, but making sure that everyone in the board of directors is putting a little bit of their own. Because we could have had the money they wanted in sponsorship. We could have had the memberships that they wanted. But if they noticed that that only came for only a few people out of all the people on the board of directors, we would have never become a chapter. So coming together, talking to people, me and a few other people from the directors, we flew into San Diego, flew into Denver for some of these leadership calls and leadership, training, Washington. So NAHREP chapters don't happen overnight.
Right, it's intense. Yeah.
I love it that most people say, "Oh, you're new," and we're like, to the public eye, yes.
Right.
To the work we have put, no.
No, right. Okay, so now, what is the mission? What is the goal for that, and why, if you are an Hispanic agent, why would you join?
So the mission is simple, right? So NAHREP focuses on helping educate all those who are in real estate profession. So it's not just for realtors, an attorney, title, lenders, inspectors, whatever it is, right? The other beautiful thing about NAHREP is even though it says Hispanic in it, it's not just for Hispanics. It's open to anyone that wants to help the community.
Okay.
You don't have to speak Spanish to be part of NAHREP. Right. You don't have to look like me or you. Right. Anyone can be in NAHREP.
I speak Spanglish. It's part English, part Spanish.
and most of us in America work in that, right? It's not Spanish, it's not English, it's in the middle, right? Whatever first comes to the head, that's what we say out. So that's the main purpose of it, right? The why join it is because it's a force, so it's guided just to the community. So the new NAHREP, this is the State of the Hispanic Homeownership report came out, right?
There you go.
And it has all the facts about our community, our town. This is, like, I get it, I'm from KW, there's people from other brokerages. This NAHREP brings us all together to give our community what we so much talk about giving our community.
Right.
A lot of us say we want to help the community, but in a way we're always selfish about who we work with and who we do business with, right? NAHREP is bringing them all together and bringing the bigger picture. Like, if we put the community up front, we're really going to be able to help them, right? 2023, 49.5% of sales in real estate were from a Hispanic household.
Right. No, the population's growing 100%.
Imagine if
Yeah.
we come together, imagine if
Yeah.
we get educated under the same umbrella, and imagine if everyone's idea can flourish, right? So
Right.
that's really what part of what NAHREP wants to do and bring, and it's been doing it for 25 years successfully.
Okay, very good. Okay, so now, if somebody wants to join or find out more information in reference to NAHREP, how would they do that?
The simplest way you can do is go to nahrep.org.
Okay.
We have all the chapters there. All the information is there through.
And they would click Philadelphia, obviously, right?
Obviously,
Right.
Philadelphia for $49 a year.
Okay.
You're a member. There is Platinum and other chapters, but I will tell you, $49. Give us a chance. We do need it. The chapter's here, but it's not my chapter. It's
Right.
not our chapter. It's the public's chapter. It's everybody who becomes a member's chapter. And without the members, we're not going to flourish, right? And we want people's idea. We want new blood coming. Listen, I'm not going to be a president in a year from now, right?
Right.
And the board has to continue moving. And we need to continue to bring new blood. And that starts with memberships.
Right. Okay, great. Now, also, there's a big event at Morgan's Pier.
Yes.
In Philadelphia on June 18th.
Oh, yes.
And so the NAHREP's going to be there, strong, powerful, and so everybody come out, right, to the event?
Listen, June 18th, Morgan's Pier, come out. What is it, 5 to 8?
5 to 8, 5 to 8, yep.
NAHREP board directors will be there. Come meet us, talk to us. Any questions, any concerns, you will be.
I'm going to be there, absolutely, yeah.
So it's a great place. We're kicking off summer.
Right. It's an outdoor venue, real nice. There's old boats around, the whole 9 yards. So
It's a beautiful scene. And
yeah.
by the time the sunset starts coming down, the lights go up.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful event. We're looking forward to meeting all of you that are there. Like I said, it's not just for Hispanic. Listen, I just told you almost 50% of sales are Hispanic.
Right.
Whether you speak Spanish or not, I think it's a niche that you might want to get into.
Oh, 100%. And the thing is, we're talking about second generation. So people that came, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I mean, their kids are now in their 20s, in their 30s, and they're buying, and they're more American, speaking English, whatever, than anybody else. So, yeah, the community is huge and growing. So, yeah, it's a tremendous opportunity, without question.
It is. And what you say is very important because my son is born and raised here, 16 years of age, but he looks Hispanic, and everybody would tell him he's Hispanic
Right.
the way he looks. And he feels more comfortable speaking with someone who looks like him.
Right.
Even though he's born and raised
Right.
here, he doesn't know what Colombia is like.
Right.
Except for vacation, and then that's not real Colombia, that's
Right.
vacation. So NAHREP is here to help everyone and anyone who's willing to give us a hand, because as the Hispanic community alone can't serve as well all of their clients we have.
Right.
So yeah, welcome. And Morgan's Pier is the place. to be.
Morgan's Pier. Okay, and then now you work with buyers, you work with sellers. If somebody wants to know about your team, how would they personally get a hold of you? Because obviously you are an agent and you buy and sell real estate.
Yeah, no, thank you, Pat. So yeah, so my email is easy, Jose Realtor 215@gmail.com. My phone number is 267-225-4432. I'm located at 1917 Walsh Road, Philadelphia. Social media is Jose Realtor 215 on Gmail. Facebook is Pacho Correa. So most people know me as
Pacho, yeah, Pacho.
So some of the people that might be watching this be like, Jose, who's that?
Who's that?
So Pacho Correa is on Facebook, and listen, I'm always here. I'm always available. I don't have all the answers, but I'm connected,
Right.
and I'm willing to give you a hand.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for the information. When I heard the NAHREP, they opened up a chapter, I said, hey, I need to get them on the real estate show with Pat Lopez, right? Especially with Lopez. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for sharing. Be sure to come out to Morgan's Pier on June 18th. Going to be a big party, under the stars.